We're going to be checking out top 10 things Americans want you to know. Really just to see what this video is going to be saying and see what things Americans want us to know. So yeah, let's jump straight to this and see what we got.
Bagel, and then for lunch you can get sushi, and then for dinner you can go get Chinese food. You can't do that anywhere else in the world.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our
Can you
picks for
not?
the top 10 things Americans want you to know.
People from California kind of have they say
For this list, we'll be looking at the facts about the United States of America that its residents wish more people abroad knew about. We're also looking at the misconceptions about the nation they want to clear up. If there's an American fact that you wish we'd stated loud and proud, plant your flag in the comments with your picks. Number 10. Americans like to make friends.
Cool.
America, son. Your long, arduous journey is
Something the UK doesn't do. Like, everyone in the UK, not everyone, but a lot of people in the UK will keep themselves to themselves. They wouldn't really just like go and make new friends just like that.
There's a stereotype of the ugly American out there, that they're rude, arrogant, or brash, and there are certainly Americans like that, but that still leaves room for the tons of friendly people around the country.
Right.
Those who visit one of the numerous small towns are likely to find locals who will smile and try to strike up conversation.
Oh,
Americans
that's
do
nice.
like to meet new people if they have the time.
Yeah, that would happen in the UK. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. Let me know if you're in the UK and like you just randomly chat to people. Because that don't happen to me. Maybe people just don't come up to me and talk.
Splendid establishment here, my friend. I'm sure you'll flourish at this location for many, many years.
You're very kind, man. Very kind. Thank you.
In the bigger cities where Americans are constantly on the move, the residents may seem highly focused on their own thing. However, they're still willing to take a moment to help tourists before moving on. Making friends with Americans is easy when the time and place is right.
They're not perfect, but the Lord says love thy
Love
neighbor.
Simpsons.
Shut up, Flanders. Oakley dokley doo.
Number 9. Not everyone in the South is a cowboy.
What? No one in the South is a cowboy? Ah, hell nah.
Cowboy. Country music videos, as well as TV and movies, probably have most of the world believing that the southern
True.
United States are replete with cowboys. But that's not the case.
Who's Michael? I'm Caleb Crawdad, I do declare.
You don't have to keep saying I do declare. Anytime you say something, it means you're declaring.
That is the way Southern people talk.
Although cowboy culture certainly has a large presence in the South, it's far from universal. Most Southerners dress and act like the average American. Unless you meet someone who actually works on a ranch or farm, they probably won't be dressed like cowboys. The cowboy
Right.
lifestyle
I can't lie, that's a bit of a disappointment. I really like cowboys. So going to the South, I was really hoping to see many cowboys.
If you meet someone who actually works on a ranch or farm, they probably won't be dressed like cowboys. The cowboy lifestyle is also not limited to the South. They're found everywhere from the Pacific Northwest to central states and beyond. Contrary
fair
to
enough.
popular belief, no part of America has a monopoly on cowboys.
Instant grits.
No self-respecting Southerner uses instant grits.
Number 8. Not everyone owns guns. It's undoubtedly true that America has been reported as having the highest amount of guns per capita than every other nation for years now.
Right. I can't lie. I've heard many stats and numbers on this. I think the most recent one was like someone said it's like 30% or less of the Americans own guns. It's just they own a lot of guns. That's why it seems like the percent is high of how many guns to people is in America, something like that.
And over the years, there have been numerous issues with firearm violence. But when it comes down to numbers, less Americans have access to guns than it might seem. Researchers
really?
estimate that around 30 to 32% of U.S. citizens personally own firearms.
Oh, wow, I was right. All right, cool. But yeah, no, that's really low. But like for someone out of America, we would just assume most people do have a gun.
Part of it was self-protection. There were a lot of, not in the local area, but just surrounding areas. There were a lot of home break-ins and things like that.
While that is still a high number, it's still a far cry away from everyone having them. The majority of the nation has largely leaned away from keeping guns in their household.
The TV said you're 58% more likely to shoot a family member than an intruder.
TV said that?
Number 7. Not everyone is super patriotic. Everyone in the States knows someone who owns a pair of American flag pants or totes the country as the greatest in the world. But for every hardcore patriot, there are dozens of those who are a little less enthusiastic. Plenty of Americans aren't afraid to express their displeasure with the country or its policies.
We, the people of the United States, say we don't need any war with Russia. We don't need any war with China.
And while some people love to hoist multiple flags or wear them all the time, there are others who prefer to only show off their US-themed items on the big holidays.
Right.
Overall, while a good chunk of Americans like a lot of things about the nation, they don't always feel the need to make that obvious to everyone they meet.
It's a mix.
Number 6, there's more to American cuisine than fast food.
Really? Yo, you can tell what kind of person I am, can't you? I love fast food. I actually can't wait to go to America and try like the In-N-Out and the pancake house, Waffle House it's called, and the barbecue places. Honestly, there's so many places I want to try. Would be here for years waiting for me to try and figure out what they're actually called. But I do have a list somewhere.
From the outside looking in, it's easy to assume that America is absolutely obsessed with fast food.
I want some American food, damn it. I want French fries.
Not only are there tons of chain restaurants, but international sensations like Dunkin' Donuts, KFC, McDonald's, and more were born in the USA. But that's just one of many options for the average American.
It's just a subway stop away from eating Russian food or Ethiopian food or stuff like that. And
since U.S. citizens have roots in so many different cultures, various cultural meals are often incorporated together to create new fusion cuisine. And every region has its own specialties and flavors.
Right.
The South has tons of barbecue, Cajun, and soul food. New Englanders love their clam chowder.
Yeah, listen, a lot of you guys have said in like a previous video, you love clam chowder. I'm sorry. From the look, like looking at this, I wouldn't even try it. But you guys are saying it tastes really good. It's just, I'm not really like into like creamy kind of looking foods. I like cream on my dessert, but this kind of like, I'm not really into it. But barbecue, I can't wait to go to the South and have a nice Oh, yes.
So while travelers can certainly enjoy as much fast food as they can handle, there's plenty of exciting and delicious options in every corner of the U.S. Number 5, not all Americans are overweight.
Time.
According to recent statistics, over 40% of Americans are overweight because their BMI is higher than what medical professionals have deemed to be average for their height. That number is also projected to go up by 2030.
Isn't that pretty high though, 40%?
However, there's still no sign that the majority of U.S. citizens will be considered overweight anytime soon.
I worked out with a dumbbell yesterday. I feel vigorous.
States like Hawaii, Colorado, and more have obesity rates that fall lower than average for both the U.S. and other countries.
Oh, wow.
A lot of complex environmental and individual health factors contribute to the reason why the numbers range over 40%.
Listen, of course, not everyone's overweight, right? But listen, if you're overweight, I understand. I've seen enough food videos in America. If I was in America, I'm telling you right now, I'd be eating I'd be eating so much. I actually would. I ain't gonna cap.
However, bodies still come in a variety of shapes and sizes in America overall. Number 4, America is huge.
True.
Even people who live in the United States can forget how big the nation actually is.
Beautiful.
America is generally considered the 3rd biggest country by area and population in the world. That makes seeing the country's sights into a truly daunting task. If anyone wanted to do a big cross-country drive, it would take about 6 days of 8-hour drives to realistically complete the journey.
Wow.
And that's if you barely stop to see anything.
Come on, honey, look at the mountains, breathe the air.
Along the way, it would also be clear that weather patterns in the United States hugely vary depending on where you go. Fortunately for anyone planning to visit the states who's short on time, they can make a full trip out of one state or city alone.
Beautiful.
Number 3, every state is different. From the outside looking in, the United States looks pretty, well, united.
I've seen like a top place video, right? And I was actually blown away to how different every state looked. It's mad.
To other countries, it can look like a homogenous mass of America and Americans. But every state has its own culture and distinct identity.
Cowboy!
I'm walking here! I'm walking here!
The terrain, climate, and culture can greatly shift as soon as you cross into another state. There's also tons of regional accents and specific slang that can help strangers narrow down where someone's from.
It's like, hey y'all, how we doing tonight?
And every city definitely doesn't look like the Big Apple. No 2 places in the country are quite exactly the same. All united under one flag, there's still plenty of individuality to each state. Number 2, why they don't travel abroad often. While around 71% of Americans have gotten out of the country, it's harder for the majority to make
how many?
While around 71% to each state. Number 2, why they don't travel abroad often. While around 71% of Americans have gotten out of the country, it's harder for the majority to make that a regular habit.
I swear I seen a stat saying 70% of Americans don't even have a passport. But now I was saying 71% of Americans have made it out of the country. Interesting.
1% of Americans have gotten out of the country. It's harder for the majority to make that a regular habit. The principal reason why lies with the costs.
Here we are, Branson, Missouri.
No, Pelly. This is Bronson, Missouri.
Passports, flights, and vacation expenses can be daunting to handle all at once. Even trips to neighboring countries like Canada or Mexico can
Wait, where is this? Bro, that's beautiful.
be princely affairs depending on the itinerary. Despite America's reputation for being one of the richest countries in the world, the reality is very different. While the USA happens to have a ton of rich people, that wealth isn't evenly distributed across the wide population.
Right.
For many citizens, the decision whether or not to embark on an international trip is largely a question of cost instead of interest. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them.
And while you're at it, you may as well do that for me. Do that down below, and the link to this channel is in the description.
If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Boom.
Number 1, they aren't all the same. America is a country of immigrants. This has led to plenty of diversity among its residents.
When I was a boy,
Of course.
heaven was here. And America was here.
While white Americans make up most of the racial majority, there are still cities and U.S. territories where other ethnic groups make up a good deal of the population.
Right.
This diversity has led to a wide blend of traditions from across the world becoming parts of the wider U.S. culture.
We won this country's freedom together. We built our greatest cities together. We defended our way of life together.
Love it,
We
Obama.
continued to perfect our union together.
Additionally, although English is the first language to over 70% of Americans, it's not technically the official federal language. There's plenty of multilingual speakers and those picking up the language.
See, this is what surprised me. I just assumed everyone in America speaks English, right? I never knew how many people in America can speak another language. And that's crazy because like, in the UK, it's just mainly English.
The United States is quite the tapestry of humanity. As you travel through the nation, you'll find many kinds of people with rich and unique stories. Did you enjoy this video?
Wow.
Check out
Really cool. Really good video. Enjoyed that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you give a thumbs up. Subscribe for more content. We're getting super close to 40,000 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm also live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. If you guys want to check me out over there, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.